इसके माइक से आएगा ना.
So, Jai Hind, gentlemen. So, Jai Hind, gentlemen, my name is. अब वो काम देना चाहिए, वो म्यूट कर सर. अब वो सही रहेगा ना म्यूट करने में? म्यूट मतलब हटा दो, आवाज़ कम कर लो.
So today we are having along with us Nepal Gen Z. He is going to give a wonderful presentation on the topic Nepal Gen Z protest 2025. So Nepal, please start. Once he's done with this presentation part, all of you can ask him any sort of questions or queries that you have, any doubts you will be left. You can ask to Nepal at the end. Now you can start.
Okay, Jai Hind, gentlemen, my name is Nepal Gen Z and I'm a CDS OTA entry candidate. So today I'll be delivering my lecture topic on Nepal Gen Z protest 2025. So in my PPT there is basically I am covering youth politics and whatever the geopolitical scenarios are there, and I will try to cover some of the deep states which have been used, which have that their work in that Nepal Gen Z protest. What were the effects which happened in their political and geopolitical dimension, and what will be the future outcomes. So here I begin. So gentlemen, as we know that Nepal Gen Z protest was a recent event, but it have a lot of political and social background as well. We can first I will like to highlight the political background of Nepal Gen Z protest. So talking about the federal structure, talking about the parliamentary structure of Nepal. So there is federal parliamentary republic in Nepal. So it is similar to India, and there are multiple parties. So I like to highlight some of the parties. First is Nepal Unified Marxist Leninist. This is in short form we also call it UML. So it is one of the major party over there, and like this party there are several more parties. But what is the catch to it? So in according to some of the Nepali people, the parties are not working as a competition. They are collaborating with each other, and they want the power in there. So they basically what is the outcome of it? So we can see from 1990 there have been 27 prime ministers which have been changed in Nepal. So it shows a frequent instability in it, and we know that any country which have a lot of instability, there is no development. So the outcome is that there is political uncertainty, and people lose their trust in the government, because there will be no government, no political parties able to achieve their whole tenure. So there will be basically there will be a lot of problems, and we can see 27 different prime ministers have been changed, and at the current scenario, the interim government have been used, and it is the first in a kind of election which have been took place in Nepal. So the prime minister was selected on a Discord server, where can you imagine that in Discord servers a political party prime minister has been selected. So this is one of the development which we have seen in Nepal. And talking about the Nepal social economic challenges, first of all, Nepal youth have 30% of young Nepalis are unemployed, which is a lot of number. And what can be the outcome? Basically, as I told you, that political instability is there, and first of all, Nepal jobs are not available to the people. So we can see that Nepali young people basically work on countries like India, Middle East, and outside. So it is the outcome of this thing is that Nepal 28% of Nepal GDP is dependent on remittances which come from foreign people. Basically, the people who living in foreign, they send money to their home, and this is one of the major chunk of Nepal GDP. And it is a very tense situation which is happening in Nepal. As I have contacted some of my Nepali friends, they are saying that because of it, there is a lot of what we can say craze of going outside the country and work outside. So this is there in Nepal, and many more factors are also there. Social inequality is also there. As you know that in Nepal, basically society of hill people and the people who live in Tarai belt, they call them Madheshis. So there is also a conflict between them where basically we can see that in the higher post of like Nepal government and other institutions, there are only hill people are dominant there, where Madheshi representation is not that much. And social inequality, as like in Nepal we can see that middle class is very less. Either there will be rich class or either there will be poor class. So middle class is not that much prevalent in Nepal. So that's why social inequality in Nepal is a lot. And moving forward to the like what led to the situation, what happened, why this dangerous like. So I will say that Nepal history is one of the most outrageous protests which took place in this 2025. There were so social media ban is considered as like catalyst effect, where people like Nepali people or especially the youth have take this like ban of social media site as their like suppression of their freedom of speech. उनको लगा कि ये हमारी freedom of speech के खिलाफ है. Nepali government is trying to suppress us because of this, and this is why like protest was initially it was like little bit not that much violent, but we can see that because of some of the administrative issues and government administrative issues, the Nepal that whatever the protest was non-violent, because we can see that there were many students who lost their lives, and because many students lost their life, and many after that many got injured as well. So it sparked anger in the Nepali youth. So they have came to streets and did many of the like we can see that damaged infrastructure and pelting security forces, and a lot of things also took place there. And we can see how the mobilization of like how the protest mobilization took place. So first of all, digital coordination was there. As we know that like Gen Z and especially the young people are very much digitally sound. So they coordinated from like basically digital platform where representatives of different places, like if like example for a person is from Kathmandu and B person is from Mahendranagar or Pokhara. So they have coordinated like online and they led this protest. And we can see that a lot of heavy participation of youth was seen, because the problem is of youth. They want social like employment and good opportunities in their country. So this was one of the problem. And escalation was, as I've mentioned you, that many casualties have taken place. Like we can see that this many security forces personnel was also killed in action, and Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli resigned from his post, and many more politicians, either high politicians, have either left the country, or some like many also have faced a lot of problems, like their houses were burned and they have to leave the country. So coming forward to the current scenario, Sushila Karki, Prime Minister, she is the new Prime Minister of Nepal, and she was a former Chief Justice. And she, like surprisingly, she did her education from Banaras Hindu University, from India. And now heading towards the strategic and geopolitical position of Nepal. First of all, I like to highlight that Nepal is a landlocked country. There is no sea or any major port, so Nepal is basically dependent on other countries such as especially India, because China connectivity is not that good because of Himalayas are there. So basically, whatever the things or commodities which go go from India to Nepal. So this is one of the problem. And talking about the Indian perspective, as we know that historically India and Nepal have a lot of historical ties, where we also refer it some as roti beti ka rishta as well. And Chinese influence is also there because according to the Chinese Mao Zedong policy, Nepal is a very strategically important partner of China's policy. So they influenced by like BRI, Belt and Road Initiative, and they have invested a lot in their Nepal's infrastructure, like constructing airports and many public buildings, and we can see a lot of Chinese influence in Nepal as well in that people. And US interest is also there because US, as we know that currently China and US are the two of the most major players in the world, and US will not ever think, they always think that they have an upper hand in whatever the China's influence is getting escalated in one particular country. As China interest is getting escalated in Nepal, so US interest was there. We can clearly see that, and for that we can see that US have whatever the US have given to Nepal. So US actively promote the democratic institution, US support democracy in Nepal, and they want that place to be a capitalist, and they have supported human rights and often provide aids, and also US take a lot of Nepali people as for employment. They call them, and they have a special provisions for Nepalis as well in their country. And strategic alliances is also, they want that for countering China growing influence in Nepal. So US hand is also there in somewhere in this thing. And talking about the geopolitical, economic and social ripples. So a lot of foreign investment and foreign FDIs come from many countries like China, India and US. And what will be the effect of this? If there will be no stable government in a country, FDIs will not happen in that country. Countries will get afraid of investing in a particular country because that country may suffer loss because of instability. And economic vulnerabilities are also there. First of all, geography of Nepal is not that suitable for that thing. And social unrest, as we can see that in recent Gen Z protests and lack of FDIs and that kind of infrastructure in Nepal. And governments and foreign relations, in Nepal foreign relations are good, but internally it is disturbed. People are not that much happy about the past government. So there are many factions which have been developed. As we can see that in Nepal, communism, Maowadis are also there, and communist parties are also there. They have often turned violent sometimes. So this is one of the problems, as we can see historically. And outcomes on future political landscape. As we know that PM Sushila Kaki has pledged to become a new prime minister of this country, and elections it is an interim right now. She is currently, but as we can see that, according to me, in future upcoming politics, there will be more youth involvement in politics. We can see the youngest prime minister coming from Nepal. It is a good thing because basically this protest was of youth, and if a youth prime minister will lead it, it will be more fruitful for them as well. And I think that upcoming prime minister, whatever the political members will come to Nepal will be young people. And yes, it is mentioned in slide also. You can see that a lot of youth engagement, such as Balen Shah, Sudhan Gurung, some of the names are there which have contributed in this Nepal upcoming future. I can see they are the pioneers of upcoming Nepal future. Thank you, sir.
So it was a wonderful presentation given by Kasila. Now, if you have any doubt, any questions you can ask, you can just raise your hands.
Yes, please.
Okay, wait a second. Pankaj.
Hold this one.
So, Weber, I want to ask that as you mentioned about the change of governments, recent governments. So, as we can see, before 2008, there was a monarch system in India, and at that time, in Nepal, and Nepal was having a stable government. So, what happened after from shifting from monarch to the democracy? The unrest is happening continuously.
So, as chess number two, it is a very wonderful question. I would like to highlight that, as you can see, monarchy is not that much prevalent in Nepal because many of the countries, such as India and India is there and US is there. Basically, India itself want democracy in Nepal because sometimes Nepal monarchy is a little bit, you can say, dicey. Either it's go to China's arsenal or it comes to India's in some time. So this is the one of the reason where external powers have pumped that democratic spark in the population of Nepal because they have supported many of the leaders of Nepal people who want democracy in their country. So this is one of the things how the Nepal turned from monarch to democracy.
Any other questions? Yes, please.
I want to ask that you said that the spark was because of social media ban. So can you please tell me what are the reasons why social media ban and who was the benefiter?
So basically, as we know that social media in current years, social media is a very powerful thing. We can see that if in a country there is a social media and they have freedom of speech, so they can put their words in global level. So basically, and we can, as I've told you, that digital coordination between people is also very happened because of this successful protest which occurred in Nepal. So because of this, as you mentioned, that social connectivity is also important, and government have banned it because they know things are getting escalated, and if we will not control it, we might have trouble in our for our power. So that's why they have banned it.
So, sir, one more question: that in what ways did this recent protest has exposed the corruptions of government and for the unrest?
So, as I told you, there is a high income, social inequality in Nepali youth. Some people, children of politicians who are high politicians are living in abroad and have living a lavish life. But they, because of social media, they are aware of it, and it is clearly visible as well. Because if you see the chart of Nepal's social inequality, it is very much high. So this is one of the cause why it happened. And the people, especially young people, got to know about this, and they thought that they have to do something for this.
Anything else, everyone?
I have a question. For this protest, what was the main reason? Was it banning of social media or was it banning of the internet?
I will say that social media is a very it is a spark. The problems are from I have told you, social inequality, high unemployment. These are some of the reasons why it happened. But banning of social media was seen as a suppression of freedom of speech, because they are thinking that they have taken opportunities from us. Now they are taking our speech as well. So it is one of the reasons.
One more question I have. If, as you told, banning of social media, some of the platforms were banned.
Yes.
Do you think if the government would have banned internet instead of banning some social media platform, conditions would be much better? What is your opinion?
I think the banning of internet is very big thing, because banning of internet is basically you are taking voice of a population. So it is a very big step, and if it happens, it is not beneficial for government, because a lot of external pressure can be implemented, impact the Nepali government as well. So banning the internet is not a good choice for the impact.
Thank you.
When Nepali government did this ban, they told that it is impacting our culture. That's why we are doing all that stuff?
Basically, like government have to justify whatever they have to do. But as per like we are not in their shoe. Like we do not know what are the condition of that particular country, and people of that country know it better. So according to their the people who are living in Nepal, they are very much, you can say, nation loving people, and like they have a great patriotism as well. But like we can see that it is like disturbing their culture was not that much good argument of the government, but we can see that like Nepali youth have taken it as I told to former chess number 9 that it is their like taking their voice. So it is more like that, because banning of social media, according to the government, it was banning of like spoiling their culture or not having, like not listening to them because of like the companies who are the owner of like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, we can say anything. But according to the Nepali government, it was in that angle. But according to the Nepali youth, it was of another perspective. That's
Yeah,
that.
but do you think the youth did the right thing, because they can take it in the right way, because government had did the ban of abroad, like
So,
foreign
yeah.
apps,
So,
but
like,
they can develop their own apps, no, for their
yeah,
country.
no. But basically, what I'm trying to convey that it is a like suppressing of social media was cancellation of their voice. Like whatever the problems youth have, they cannot represent it because of social media is one of the major platform. And talking about banning of social media, it is like developing their apps. There was not that much. This angle is nothing in front of it, because we can see that as I told you that there are many problems which Nepal itself face. So first of all, we can see here you can say 28% of Nepal's GDP come from remittances, and 30% of young Nepalis are unemployed. It is a big number. So these are the you can say big effects, and banning of social media was a catalyst effect. These are like you can say ये भूसा है, or banning of like social media was spark to that bhusa. We can say that. So this is what I want to say.
One more question, Vaibhav. According to the scenario which we have seen from the protest, I want your personal opinion on that. What could India as a nation learn from this all? The Gen Z protest which happened in Nainital, what could be the best learning for our nation? I want your views apart from all the facts which you have displayed.
Yes. I would like to mention that I think India's position in this particular protest is very good, because there is not that India have these problems in its society as well, but it is not in that large scale, because most of the countries currently are facing problems of unemployment and social inequality is there, but it is not in that big you can say dimension which is in Nepal. So India can learn that it should not reach to at Nepal level, and good thing is about in India that there is not that much high level of nepotism which we can see in Nepal. So it is in normal level, and India should try it should not get like limit, should not cross the limit. It should be under the limit, because these problems will like very difficult to solve, like very much difficult for countries like India and developing countries like India. So the limit should be set and things should be stay under limit.
Okay, gentlemen, I want to ask a question. That apart from the China's influence, being a neighboring nation, basically India and Nepal, what all sectors that Nepal is benefiting India?
So I will like to state that. Please, I want to ask, like, you want to ask that what kind of
Benefits we are getting from Nepal.
So we can see that Nepal act as a buffer zone between India and like China border. It is a very big buffer zone. First of all, this is one of the benefits what we get from Nepal. As we can see that there is a lot of diplomatic and strategic ties with Nepal, where basically people are saying there is not that much difference between Nepali people and Indian people. So we have a lot of cultural and traditional significant and cooperation between both the countries. And third, we can say that in defense as well, there are many exercises, Surya Kiran and and a lot of Nepali people come to join our army and they work in our country, and it is a good thing which happen, a healthy relations which come from India and Nepal. So these are the benefits which we get from Nepal.
Anything else, anyone? Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So Vaibhav, you mentioned the benefits that Nepal government was providing, but since now the Gen Zs have kind of taken over, so do you think that they will also uphold those treaties that were signed before with the government?
Yes, I think basically it will be there, and we can see that whether it's Gen Z or old people, like previous people, if they the position and geography of Nepal is that they cannot make a country the enemy, or you can say like cutting connection, because there is a lot of problem. We share electricity, trade, and a lot of Nepali people come here for education, employment. So we, as you know, that in geopolitics there is more of benefits which a country have with each other, and till the country is giving benefits to another country, the relations is going to be good.
So there is a question by one of our viewers. He is asking that what immediate change was seen in the working of Nepali government, and what is the current status of people's view after this protest, after 1 month has passed?
So, sir, I would like to say currently the situation are pretty normal in Nepal, and whatever the interim government is there in Nepal, it is working good, and there is a lot of damage to the infrastructure which was done by the Gen Z people.
What is the current status of people's view after this protest?
So, I like to ask of which people, sir, Indian people or Nepali people?
Nepal.
So view of Nepali people is like, for them it is they have changed one of एक दौर का खत्म होके दूसरे दौर की शुरुआत. It is this type of position for them, and currently whatever the damages are done in this protest are getting repaired, and as per the people view, people are somewhere accepting this, and they are hoping for better future governance. And as I told you, sir, that young people, these are the young people problems, and if young people will resolve it, it will be better. So young people are happy in Nepal because they are seeing a hope, and there will be a better future for them.
Anything else, anyone? So it was a session full of information, confidence, and experience. All the very best effort for your coming.
Thank you.
Other candidates.
Thank you, sir.